My name is Marcia Cullum. I'm the Director of Nursing Education at Carl Albert State College. We are so happy to have you here with us tonight, and I ask that you please remain seated while the class joins us. Shiresa Skelton will now come and lead us in prayer.
I ask that you all bow your heads and join me in prayer. Dear Lord, as we step into this profession that you have called us to, we humbly ask that you grant us compassion and understanding. Give to us words that bring comfort where there is pain, courage where there is fear, and wisdom where there is doubt. Prepare our hands, Lord, to work with tenderness and skill, and allow us the strength to selflessly serve others and provide hope to those that we serve. Thank you for the gift of caring for your creation. Your will be done. Amen.
One of the things I want to say about this class is how very proud I am of you that you're sitting where you are today. This class has shown more flexibility and ability to adapt to a changing situation than any class that I have seen in my 27 years of teaching. And you have done a wonderful job with that. The students have put together a Fun Memories PowerPoint, and that's what we're going to do at this time. from last year's group in the video, and unfortunately, they were unable to have the pinning ceremony. Last year, the vaccinations hadn't started yet, and they went right out and went to work, many of them directly in COVID units. At this time, I want to introduce the nursing faculty. If you will, stand and wave when I call your name. Marisa Anderson. Lois Goetz. Crystal Newland. Patricia Dollar. Rebecca Sanders. Vicki Russell. Kara Stewart. Stephanie Mann. Denise Craigle. And our clinical adjunct, Deborah Cheater. Every year, the faculty looks at the year's class and tries to select some of the most outstanding students for recognition. I'm going to ask Marisa Anderson to come forward at this time to make these recognitions. The three awards that we give out are Outstanding Academic Achievement, Outstanding Advanced Placement Student, and the Florence Nightingale Award. Outstanding Academic Achievement is given to the student with the highest exam GPA. And this year, that student is Megan Stevens. Our second award is Outstanding Advanced Placement Student. This is the transition student who goes from LPN to RN. They're able to test out of part of the program and enter later in the program. This year's student is Kayla West. Kayla has demonstrated leadership, positive attitude, and willingness to embrace her new role. Third is the Florence Nightingale Award. This goes to the student that has shown an all-around positive attitude, good grades, and embraced learning in the classroom and in clinical. She demonstrated compassion in her care of patients and has been supportive of her classmates. The 2021 Florence Nightingale Award goes to Teresa Walker. Congratulations to Megan, Kayla, and Teresa. At this time, I'd like to talk about the people that helped this pinning come together. Mrs. Tricia Dollar, Miss Tricia Dollar was our faculty sponsor who took on the challenge of managing last year's pinning planning that unfortunately didn't happen, and this year's planning that has come together very well. The students who were in the pinning committee were Casey Earls. Will you guys stand up? Casey Earls, Sharisa Skelton, Kaylin Connerty, and Mary Pinto. At this time, I'm going to ask Crystal Newland and Vicki Russell, our SNA sponsors, to come forward and talk a little bit about our Student Nurses Association.
It has been an honor to be a sponsor for our Student Nursing Association. Our Student Nursing Association officers all go above and beyond and volunteer for their roles as officers. In their roles as officers, they get to grow and show leadership. They get to help develop their professionalism and help contribute to the community.
I'm just going to list some of the activities that these students organized this year and pulled off. I need my glasses. First of all, they kicked off the year by doing a Ronald McDonald House donation in Fort Smith. They set up charging stations in both Poteau and Sallisaw. They bought a refrigerator and microwave so that both campuses have those now in their break rooms. They did 2 fundraisers, a t-shirt sales, and also a popcorn fundraiser. They also put on study seminars that was open to the whole campus, especially our freshman nursing students. And they also did cultural spirituality. I'm nervous. Spirituality. They put on a program, kind of explained different spiritual cultures. So they had a full year. We're so proud of them, and we'd like to have them come up and give them a little special award.
If we can have our SNA officers come to the stage. First, I would like to recognize Kaylin Connerty. She is our SNA president for this year. Next is Casey Earls. She served as the treasurer for our Sallisaw campus. The next person I'd like to recognize is Bailey Click. She served as our vice president for the Poteau campus, or Sallisaw campus, sorry.
Next, we'd like to recognize Chelsea McAfee. She was our secretary for the Poto campus. And next, we'd like to recognize Shelby Holland. She was we started a new communication officer this year that would strictly go on social media, and this was our newest addition.
We have one other officer who was not able to be with us today. Ian Cribbs was our communication officer for the Salisaw campus as well.
So let's give a big round of applause.
Yes, thank you to all of our SNA officers for your volunteer with the SNA and contributions this year.
Mine's in your pocket, but let's not share now.
We're so happy that the students are willing to step up and start acting as leaders and volunteering their time in spite of the fact that they don't have any extra time to be SNA officers. Now I want to talk a little bit about sacrifices. There have been two major sacrifices, I think, for the people in this room. Well, there have been two types of sacrifices. There have been student sacrifices, and there have been family sacrifices. Students have sacrificed their peace of mind in terms of experiencing increased stress for a prolonged period of time, over 2 years, because of all the demands of nursing school. Many of you also worked while you were attending nursing school. Many of you have children. Some have more reliable child care than others, but you all got here. You give up sleep. You give up time with your family. You have to study 30 hours a week to be able to maintain your grades, in addition to the time that you spend in class, in lab, in clinical. And there were some extra things that we threw in there on you this year. We'll talk about that in a little bit. For the families, what you sacrificed was less time with your family member who is a nursing student. You probably ate meals that were more likely to be cereal and milk or microwaved corn dogs than what you may have had before. The children may have experienced parents missing major events, or at the very least not having the time to be involved the way they would have been if they weren't in nursing school. Everybody probably had less spending money than they would have had if you weren't in nursing school. Hopefully those sacrifices will start to pay off some for you moving forward. And there was an increased demand for you family members to do more than you had probably done before in terms of laundry, getting the kids to bed, getting the kids up to school, cleaning house, all of those things that your graduate was unable to do at the time because they had a test tomorrow, or they had a class that they had to prepare for and go to class and then study what they studied in class and then study what was going to be covered in the class the next day and then go to class and then study that and then study what was going to be the next day. You had many, many days like that during your 2 years as a nursing student. And I know it was a sacrifice for all of you. I want to recognize that each of you have shown the character trait of grit. You lost opportunities for clinical due to COVID. You adapted to case studies, more simulation, more rotating clinicals. You were quarantined, so you weren't able to go to class and listen in person, so you had to deal with Zoom classes. And believe it or not, the great majority seemed to prefer to be there in person rather than by Zoom. You received your 5-page day-by-day calendar in January, and then toward the middle of February sometime, it was changed because we incorporated a COVID vaccination clinic to help meet the need in the community. You helped vaccinate over 800 people from our community, in addition to all of your other nursing school activities. And then the clinic closed early because the pharmacies started providing more vaccinations, and so there was less of a demand. So guess what? Your calendar changed again, and you adapted, and you finished, and you're here now, and I am so proud of you. Grit has 4 to 5 major characteristics. One is courage. One is that a person with grit sets a long-term goal and then perseveres until they complete it, regardless of maybe not making it through a semester, regardless of life getting in the way and you having to delay it for a while. Resilience, and part of what helps build that resilience in you is a positive attitude, an optimistic attitude, confidence in yourself, creativity, and those are the things that help you adapt as well as you did. At this time, I'm going to talk about what the pinning means. The nursing pin started out as a badge that just symbolized that a woman was educated and had the knowledge needed to service the healthcare needs of a community. And that over time evolved into customized or specialized pins that each pin was customized to the nursing school that you attended. And so your pin that you wore to work would signify which nursing school you came from. Traditionally, it's presented to new graduate nurses by nursing faculty at a pinning ceremony. A symbolic welcome to the nursing profession. Some schools, including Carl Albert, have added a little bit of a twist to that. If the students have a family member or a friend who graduated from Carl Albert Nursing Program and they want them to pin them instead of an instructor, we've included that. And at this time, I'm going to name the family members who are previous Carl Albert graduates who will be pinning their graduate tonight. Kirsten Drake, Karen Albertson, Deanna Barber, Angela Poe, Anya Avina, Dulce Sibo, Rachel Firestein, Laura Taylor, Amber Nelson, Cindra Oldiker, and Crystal Scoggins Hilton. At this time, will the faculty and the first row of graduates please come forward to start the pinning? Shelby Himes. Bailey Click. Ashley Teehee. Ashlyn Meeks. Shaylee Taylor. Raina Ireland. Kirsty Matlock. Chalice Johnson. David Hunt. Megan Stevens. Shelby Holland. Megan Campbell. Jessica Francis. Taylor Killian. Melanie Bradshaw. Casey Earls. April Matheson. Cassidy Craighead. Mary Pinto. Teresa Walker. Tabitha Humphreys. Chelsea Barber. Kaylin Connerty. Gina Fry. Kayla West. Amanda Ecker. Chelsea McAfee. Morgan McKinney. Sharisa Skelton. Alyssa Whitecotton. Alyssa Price. The next part is the lamp lighting. The nursing lamp is sometimes called Nightingale's lamp. It symbolizes the lamp that Florence Nightingale used. Her lamp acted as a beacon of hope, comfort, and kindness night after night to the wounded soldiers of the Crimean War as she moved through the field providing care to them. The nursing lamp also symbolizes the passing of the torch of knowledge from generation to generation of nurses as they help people through their most vulnerable and trying times in life. Graduates, please begin the lighting of the lamps. Present to you the 2021 Carl Albert State College nursing graduates.
This is Viking